Hi, gentlemen and ladies, Knife Detector here, and I've got a unique one for you today. You guys know I collect knives because I love the shape of the blade, I collect the old, I collect the new, I collect everything in between, and if I find something that's unique and, in my opinion, requires some mention that you guys might want to know is out there, then I decide to make a video on it, and that's how I do my videos. But in any case, check out this large Ole Smoky folding hunter. And this is a big boy, guys. And just to show you how big, I'm going to put a buck 110 next to it, right here, right underneath it. So as you can see, it's about a full 2 inches longer than a buck 110. Okay, so it's got some beautiful brass bolsters on there. It's got what it said, what I've seen these say before as stag handles. That's what it says it is. I'm still not convinced. It could be bone, but they say it's stag, and it's just an interesting shape to this knife. And I do kind of like the shape. It's kind of ergonomic if you're going to use it for skinning, if you're going to use it for hunting purposes. And it's a big knife, guys. It's a big knife. So let's check this out. Let's do a little comparison here. All right, so this is the knife here. As you can see, it's a Pakistan knife, right? That means two things. One, it wasn't made in the US, and two, it's not very expensive. Now, you know the brand Ole Smoky. You know, this is a brand that's been in your mom and pop hardware stores for the last, 30, 40 years or something like that. And I would go with my dad to the hardware store, and I'd see these in the counter, and I'd really want a knife that said Ole Smoky or Wild Turkey or one of those sometimes. And every once in a while, I'd treat myself to one when I was in my late teens, Sadly, I've given most of those knives away, but check this out. Ole Smoky. It's pretty comfortable in the hand, as you can see right there. That curve just makes it really nice to hold on to, and this is a heavy knife. Just to give you an idea, here's the buck 110, and there's the Ole Smoky. Check out the size difference in the blades. Definitely wider blade. It's slightly thicker, not much. Most of these Ole Smokies are 440 stainless steel. Yeah. Now the weight difference is as follows. The buck 110 is about 7.5 ounces. This very large Ole Smoky is 11.5 ounces. So it is a full 4 ounces heavier than the buck 110. Once again, the buck 110 is 7.5 and this one's 11.5. So it is a full 4 ounces heavier. But check that out. It's a good looking knife. It's a lockback design, and the mechanism is about in the center. Well, not really the center. It's about 2/3 of the way up the spine of the knife. Now, as you can expect from a Pakistan knife, the workmanship is not fantastic. There you can see a couple of gapping issues, right? You might even see a little bit of adhesive. You might see some of the antler or bone there. And but I tell you what, you're not going to pay very much for one of these knives, but this thing is built like a freaking tank. If you drop it, probably nothing will happen to it. And just like I've said in other videos, even cheap knives have their place. In this case, the place of this knife would be, hey, if you don't want to mess up a fantastic knife that you have on a camping trip because you don't want to dent it, damage it, you don't want to mess up the blade or the edge, you can take this bad boy. And this is the kind of thing where most people aren't going to have something this big in a pocket knife. So it's the kind of thing where you can be talking to your friends and they can pull out a knife and you can go do the whole thing like Crocodile Dundee. You can do the, oh, that's not a knife, and then you whip this bad boy out and go, now that's a knife, right? Because it's just so big. Odds are they're not going to have something as big as yours right here, if you're into making those kinds of comparisons. Mine's bigger comparison, but anyway, it's a tank of a knife, right? If you drop this thing, it's just going to take a licking and keep on ticking. As you can see, the fit and finish does have a couple of issues, but it's to be expected with a knife in this price range. But you get what you pay for, right? And sometimes if you're lucky, you get a little bit more. And the attributes this knife has is that it is unique. If you're looking for a big knife, this is it. It comes with a sheath. Let me show you the sheath. It's a leather sheath. I'm not sure. This looks like it's cow leather. And it's made specifically for the knife. It's very large. Standard belt hoop there. Quality, again, isn't fantastic, but it looks like it would get the job done. There's no separation in there in the stitching or anything. So that being said, wanted to show this to you guys. These are out there if you look for them. They're a little hard to find. I happen to have found this one on eBay in a knife lot that I got for real cheap. I think I got like 5 knives for 20 bucks or something like that. And this was one of them, guys. This one to me by itself would probably worth like 20 bucks to me. Am I going to carry this? No. I live in Texas. I can carry pretty much anything. In Texas, they're so liberal with knife carrying laws. I could carry even probably a sword if it was in a sheath and I was carrying the sword in a scabbard. I could probably get away with doing that, no problem, here in Texas. But, you know, I don't need to do that, even though I have seen some guys wearing khaki shorts and full-size buck hunting knives, buck 119s and so forth, with a nice big leather sheath and hunting and khaki shorts, you know, eating at a barbecue place, which is interesting, you know. But anyway, this is Texas, so you might see that along with people carrying firearms along their side too. So check it out once again. I think it's a good looking knife. It's robust, it's tough, you know, it's going to take a licking and keep on ticking. It's not going to break the bank. Once again, it has its place. You know, its place is not to be a safe queen. This is to be used. Probably would be pretty much at home if you took it to the campground. And it's a kind of thing where if you drop it and it hits a rock or something like that, it's not going to break your heart, because you're not dropping a Chris Reeves, you're not dropping a Boker, you're not dropping your wonderful case knife, you know, you're dropping an Ole Smoky. And it's an Ole Smoky, you know. Anyway, this is Knife Detector saying I hope you guys are doing well. I have lots more videos to come. Y'all take care, stay safe, God bless, and stay sharp, my friends.